Thanks, Debra. I'm not sure what you want me to talk about, but
networking.
Okay. Yeah. What you were alluding to is I'm a very shy, introverted person, and that kind of wasn't a match for our business. And so I knew I needed to do something about that if I was actually ever going to get it to work, because it's great to have all the belief in everyone else, but it's probably still my biggest challenge is to believe in me. And part of that was to get some new skills. You know, you've got to go out there and develop some, recreate yourself, I guess, and a new version of yourself all the time. And I was fortunate as a practitioner. I got invited to, one of my friends brought something from America, the Women's Heartlink Network, to Australia, and she invited me to the very first one. And I went along and I took some people because I wanted to support her. You know, it was always about doing things for everybody else. And she tells me when I get there I have to get up and speak for 3 minutes. And I was like, oh my God, I'm dying. And everyone there was the same. Everyone had their little piece of paper and the piece of paper was shaking. And, you know, but we all got up and did it. And the more we did it, the better we got at it, you know. And because it was only 3 minutes, I knew that wouldn't actually kill me straight away, so you know I could cope with that. And then obviously as time went on, it was easier and easier. So you know, if there's anybody out there that's struggling, I'd say get to any opportunity you can to overcome that fear, but probably don't take on too much. Just do 1 or 2 minutes at a time wherever you can, and practice a 1-minute presentation to everyone you meet. But it was through that networking that I've met all my beautiful team, you know, because there's lots of people that Justine and Lynn have put on now that I already knew. So we kind of had that social proof everywhere we went to, which was really helpful, because people were always, when we'd network, we'd go to one of those meetings, and then more of those meetings started up, so we were going to other suburbs in Melbourne as well. And I would encourage anyone to, if you want to, I can put you in touch with my friend and find out how to create a network of those meetings in New Zealand or something if you want, you know, whatever you want to do. But I knew by doing that I was actually meeting lots of new people all the time, getting used to talking to different types of people, showing interest in them and feeding that funnel and never running out of people to invite to the business. That's been the best thing, because I thought about sitting at home and making calls and stuff like that, and it's not really me. Whereas going and meeting people and being able to get to know them one-on-one, what makes them tick, what their needs are and that type of thing is a real interest to me and something I find a lot of fun. Because you always learn something from people when you listen, don't you? You always learn something new about yourself, about them, about, you know, how they do things. And so that's been amazing. And, you know, through that to find someone like Lynn that was, she was doing her laundry balls, nothing to do with, you know, a product at that stage. And she wasn't really interested in what we were doing too much at the start, but we built a bit of a relationship, and that way she came across to her, you know, she tried body balance, she loved it, and then she just went crazy with it. You know, she loves helping people, she loves the product, the company, and she's shown me how to have more belief in all those areas, which has been, you know, you can always learn a lot from your downline. And then Rosemary, you know, she brings so many skills to my team because she's got lots of experience, life experience and experience in other areas. So you don't know what you're going to find out there. So yeah, the curiosity, go out and meet lots of new people because it's fun. And then just over time you'll find that just talking about things over and over again, people need to hear things, 6 to 15 times before they have that belief themselves. And the other advice I'd give is contact your local council, all that, you know, whatever local government, see what free meetings are on. They were the ones I originally started with, because they often have things for small business on marketing or just all sorts of different trainings, and it might only cost like $5 or $10, something like that, to go to them. So they're really cheap as well, which is good, because when you haven't got a lot of money, that's a good way to go when you've got a small business. But you meet lots of other people that have got their vision in their small business, but it's not quite working so well. So they decide to come over and have a look at ours. So that's how, I don't even know how long we're supposed to be talking about. Hold up a number. And so I don't know, has anyone got any questions they can ask me? Because I'm not really sure what to share.
I do. And you know, some people, like you say, are not outgoing.
Yes.
And might have a hard time, you know, I can go to a meeting, network meeting, but then I remember years and years ago, see, they don't know what to do. I don't know how to talk to them, or don't know what to ask them. What kind of things do you do on, you know, how do you create that connection, and how do you nourish?
I just remain go on with the 2 ears and 1 mouth thing, you know. So I'll ask them just simply, what do they do, and what do you like about what you're doing? What don't you like about what you're doing? What would you like to change? Things like that. And you know, I do introduce myself, and I might change what I say that I do too sometimes. You know, I might be a practitioner one day in a business, you know, a network marketer another day. I might be whatever I feel like I want to be on the day. That's who I'll be. And I have this intention before I go there that I'm going to meet 1 or 2 really good people, because I think that's where a lot of people get lost. There's a room full of 30 people and they're like, how am I going to get to know all these 30 people? And you're not going to do that in one go. You need to go back to the same meetings time and time again and get to know different people as well. So that's a really good question, because I think it's just really targeting, you know, feeling in to who you connect with on the day, who needs you to talk to them as well. Not so much for me, but for them. And through that once you ask a couple of questions, people are just like really like, okay, you can stop now sometimes, you know, I've got too much information. So yeah, that's what I do. I just be pretty relaxed and casual about it, and see where the energy takes me, and see how it feels talking to each person, because we all know that when we go up to someone, and you know, and I have so many people go to me, I've met you before, I know you, and I haven't met them. They just feel relaxed, you know, be relaxed and feel relaxed with them, because then people will open up and share the deepest secrets within 5 minutes of meeting them. It's amazing. And in those deepest, darkest places within themselves is where the answer is to what you can share with them, you know what I mean, which is really cool. And that's pretty much all I do. I go out there with the intention of 1 or 2 people, have a good time, make a connection, and then I'll keep going back to those places so that I can reconnect with those people. I'll join with them on Facebook then as well if I can. I've found that a really useful tool. And now, because I have this weird thing of sharing cats and dogs and things like that, I'll have people that'll come up and say, you're the lady who does the cats and dogs. And that's our connection straight away, because they're an animal lover like me, and that's something we've got in common right there. So I'd suggest that you share on Facebook the things that you really like. It doesn't have to be business stuff, but people who enjoy what you do will want to meet you for that reason. And the connection's really deep straight away, which is great. Thank you.